Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of Cloud Bootcamp. Um, Now, as we started last time in the previous session, we started on the e-commerce side of things. And in the last class, we had a lengthy discussion on what e-commerce is and what's our take on it gonna be. And starting in this class, we'll be working on a few different projects. So Zishan will be starting today with a project working with Stripe, I believe.
Yes,
Um,
the main thing is that the first thing we'll want to learn is the payment gateways and how are we going to work on the payment gateways. There are a number of options as far as payment gateways, but the best of them for developers is Stripe. And it is very famous in the sense that a lot of developers are using it. And what we have to do is basically in Stripe, we have two options. Either take the simple route, which is Stripe checkout, or use the Stripe APIs. Today, we are going to use the Stripe checkouts, the easy one. And in the next class, we are going to use the APIs. Zeeshan and Daniyal are going to cover the basically coding. The URL for the repository with Jamstack e-commerce repository, we are going to code in that repository. Zeeshan is going to also share you the repository code as we go forward. So therefore, we are going to start project 0 on e-commerce. Zeeshan, please take over.
Zishan, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can. Can you?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
You can start now.
Going to start.
Okay, so let me share my screen first and then. Okay, so first of all, we need to see these repositories as they have shared with us is Jamstack e-commerce. In last class we have already seen all these articles and what the e-commerce is, and we have explored it. From today, what we need to do is we need to build its project, build our knowledge based on projects. So for the first project, we'll focus on this project 0, Gatsby Stripe checkout, and we'll add code in this repository in this folder. So our project related to Stripe checkout will be here. So I'll add code over here. So here Sazia has provided us few links which are very important related to the Gatsby. So checkout, accept payment, tutorial. These are the few links which you must go and explore what Stripe is about and what the actual checkout is. I'll slowly and gradually explain to you these things. So first thing, the what very initially what you need to understand is when we need to add some functionality so that our customer come to our website and purchase something from our website or our application. So for that customer, as it's in online, so customer need to input his credit card information or its debit card information. Both are very sensitive and they need to be very secure. If you will just create an input boxes and ask the information, that will not be secure, and you do not have the access how you charge the credit card, the API or the services, the banking services with which you can charge the or gateway, which helps you to accept the credit card information from the client and charge the credit cards and give you the information and the detail and the data, and it will be available in your account. So for that, Stripe is a very extensive library tool or platform, you can say, framework, and it gives you many options. So first what I'll do is I'll create show you the Stripe homepage, and we'll try to log in. stripe.com. What you need to do is you need to go to sign in and click on sign up. So it will ask few details, email, full name and verification, all the normal things you will see, and then go to sign in. Because I have already have an account, so what I'll do is I'll go to the landing page, I'll log in with my account. So that's the main home screen of a Stripe. If once you log in, as you can see, there are few data. Like it seems like there are a few transactions, but that's all the test transactions. I was testing Stripes, and I've been making some transactions, so that's why it shows this dashboard. The important thing is Stripe is your completely accounts management. It gives you the your gross volume, net volume, sales, how many customers are there, transaction per customer. So it gives you a lot of charts and a lot of information. So if you develop an online shop and you connect that shop with the Stripe, so all the accounting information, what revenue you receive, what your revenue would yesterday, what will be today. So and you can see all the previous record, all these informations are available into this Stripe account. Activate your account definitely at this moment, as I do not have any business information. So once you go to the live, you want to go to the live, then you will activate your account. Payments, the important part is it will show you all of your transactions. So you can see it can show you the transactions, reviews, if there is any dispute, top ups, everything, balances, what the balance in your account. So you can see it says funds on hold. That's a test information, but that's what it will be in real production also. Another important thing is what Stripe does is if you have few very products, like you are creating a website and you want a user to get the subscription from your website. We generally see, as we have seen in Netlify. Let me show you this. You can see we have these four. So this $19 per month, $99 per month, and so we have a 2 or 3 products at this moment. So Netlify can add these product directly into the Stripe as well. So we do not need to create our own server or our own database, and we can do it directly. So we'll see that also. Okay, so as far as the articles are concerned, what we'll do is there are 2 important articles tutorials. Gatsby e-commerce tutorial. This article, or the information we have in this article, it works with the Stripe, contact with the Stripe, get payment from the Stripe, but it will work only from the client side. You do not have to have any server, do not want to connect to any server, just it will go to the Stripe, create the checkouts, and you will have it. So we'll do first with this one, then we'll go for the server side. So what I did is I initially created a repository. We have this in our folder Gatsby Stripe checkout. I have basic structure, so it has nothing but just a basic exemplary code which we have from the starter. That's what we have. So let me start this server.
So Zeeshan, this is basically Gatsby starter code.
Yeah, Gatsby starter code. It has nothing at this moment. It has nothing but just a hello world. Hello world. Now I'll follow this article, and based on this, what we need to have is initially we need at the client side we need Stripe JS. so that we can use Stripe code, and we can call the Stripe library and check out. So the important thing is the concept we will be covering today is the pre-built page of Stripe. So you do not have to create boxes and your workflow for the checkout. Stripe gives us a complete checkout page, so you do not have to create your checkout page yourself. You just call the Stripe checkout page and you have everything. You do not have to worry about anything else. What I'll do is I'll first install this in my project.
Could you zoom it a little bit so that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, it's being installing. We need to understand what it is asking. This complete code at this moment, it's in a more professional type of code that you need to check if it's null or not, or all those things. So only we need is load Stripe, and we need to call this load Stripe function. And this function requires a key, publishable key. So now we need to go to the Stripe website again and see what this publishable key is and where we can find it. So let's move to this. In your menu, you can see developers. You can click on developer and API key. In this API key, you will see you have publishable key and key and the secret. So you can, if I reveal this, that's the secret. If you are working with the client side Stripe, so you do not have to use this secret key. So at this moment, I'll not use this secret. I'll use only publishable key, and we can copy it and paste in our application. Another thing is in setting, what we are trying to do is at this moment, we are not involving any server. So we just need to contact from client side to directly Stripe. So for that, in checkout setting, you need to enable this. Originally, it will be disabled. Checkout client side only integration. If it's disabled, you cannot contact or you cannot check out directly from client to the Stripe. Then you need to have server in between. Otherwise, if you enable it, then what you can do is you can easily contact from the client to the Stripe directly, and there is no need. But for that, you definitely need product or your information on which Stripe will charge to the customer. So for that, we need to create product on the Stripe server. So I have created two initially, so I'll create one so that you can understand how we can create product over here as well. Add a product. I'll name it so for image, what I'll do is just for the learning purpose, what I'll do is I'll save this image inside. And then I'll go to, so assuming we have, there is additional option if you can create metadata and others. So for the simplicity, I'm not doing it in this. Standard pricing, package pricing. So that's what you can see as I've shown you in Netlify's page. At this moment, I'll just have $15, and it's a one-time price.
Yes. When you are talking about client, you are talking about client button on the client page
Yeah,
or
I'm
any
talking
name.
about Gatsby HTML page, Gatsby client, and it
Uh-huh.
will call directly to the Stripe.
So therefore, it is basically you are talking about a web page when you are talking about client.
Yes, yes, I'm talking about the web page.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, you use it as a recurring if you want to create a monthly, or at this moment I'm just assuming that we are creating normal products, and good thing is you can add multiple price of in multiple currencies, so USD, euro, or everything. So I just did all this and click save product. Now our product is on Stripe page, and what we have is the important part of this information is this pricing ID. Based on this ID, we'll call from the client that we need to charge this product or not, or whatever we need to use. We'll be using this pricing ID. Okay, so if you I'll go to the product. So I have three product listed over here, and I can use each one of them separately, or as I can call them as a list. So I'll show you though. So that's how we created the product and on the server. Sorry, on the Stripe.
Right
Now
now,
what we need to do?
in this method, there is no server. Everything is the
There is
client.
no server. Yes, everything on the client. And what we are trying to do is we are using checkout screen of Stripe. So
Hmm.
Stripe, the screen we will see at the time of checkout will be from the Stripe, and we are
Hmm.
not using server as well. So just create your website like I was showing at this moment. In this case, Netlify, just create your website, connect to the Stripe. It will directly go to the Stripe payment. You do not need
When
to
when you
have a
when
server.
you when you say buy Pro, it will take you to the Stripe page.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so now uh, let's go back to the article. And now what we need is we need to load Stripe, and then first let's import it. And here, or you can see use here, because that's when you call the load strip, it returns your promise. So what you can do is, so now instead of providing key directly here, what I'll do is I'll create uh, env file, and I'll install. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll copy the key from here and we'll paste. Once the installation is done, I'll pick it from the process environment process, so that we do not have to from now then here const type equals to await. This Stripe promise is it's a promise. So what we need to do is we need to call the await so that it loads, and we'll have the Stripe object over here. And we need to show the checkout button. So what I'll do is, so at this moment I'm not showing the product, I'll just showing the checkout button, and then we'll see how we can add more list and everything slowly. Here we will call our function. So we need to have some function over here. Why? Oh, okay. So now, and we'll call this function over here. So once user click this checkout button, it will do some magic for the checkout. What this magic will be, that here. So I showed you the activation of checkout for the client integration, and then what we need to do is we need to call await stripe dot redirect to checkout. And what it need is, it need the mode of what we are doing. We are trying to make is pay receive the payment. We are trying to create a customer. We are trying to subscribe a customer or anything else. So at this moment we are just trying to charge line item, and it will need a array of objects. Inside that will give key price and the ID of the price. That's what I have shown you here in product water bottle, and this is the ID. So we'll use this ID. Success URL, once the payment is successful, where you want Stripe to redirect you, because Stripe will open its own page, so you need to redirection. And if there is an error or user cancel the payment, so where you need to redirect to user. So that's what you need to call when you want your page to redirect to Stripe. So Stripe, await Stripe redirect to checkout. That's what we need. I'll just copy whatever inside it. So the mode payment line item, for this I'll use my price property key. Quantity, let's say I'm saying 3. Redirection, at this moment I'm showing you the static. I'll show you the dynamic URL, how you can do that. So let's say so you can see we have this payment line item success, and we are done. So once, let me restart the server first. Await needs to be inside async function. Okay, so we have checkout button. Let me clear the network request, and I'll click the checkout. As soon as I have clicked the checkout on, this page is not developed by me. It's provided by the Stripe. So what we did is we just integrated the You can see the very simple steps. These are very simple steps. Import, load stripe. We have stripe loaded the stripe and provided the publish key, and we call the stripe redirect checkout. Inside that we have provided the mode, the line item, the product we will need to purchase, success URL and failure URL.
So Zeeshan, basically, it knew how to create that page by looking at this price ID.
Yes, because this price ID is available over here and it has all the information, the name, the description, the image, the price, the whatever the price you provided over here. So you will have this, and then you can just provide this. Stripe will do everything for you. As you can see here, you have a complete page from the Stripe. It shows, it says Zeeshan because the account name, it's my Stripe account name. So if you are running a shop or a business, so your business name will be your account name, and that account name will be available over here. And it says test mode because at this moment we are in testing mode. It shows water bottle, price 45, best selling. It's a description, quantity 3 and 45 each. So total, 15 each. So total it's 45. And for one, it's showing the picture powered by Stripe. So you can see it's a very beautiful, slick interface provided by the Stripe itself. So we do not have to worry about it. For the payment, what I'll do is I'll add my card. Stripe has given us a few credit card numbers, a test credit card number, so you can test your payment system. For that, the link which Sergey has provided, accept a payment. In this accept a payment, we have at this moment we have 3. I have seen a link. I'll find it today. I'll show you. Otherwise, they have given you the, I guess, for the Visa, for Master, for there are many type of credit cards. So they have given too much of credit card, dummy credit card numbers, which you can use to test your application. So that's 4242, all the 42 numbers. So what I'll do is I'll test with this 4242. And any future date. So you do not have to specify any particular date, just provide any future date. That's what testing, it is for testing. Any 3-digit number, it doesn't matter what you say. Name and the country of origin, and then you click the pay button. So let's try to process. If it's successful, it will redirect us to payment success page. I have not created the payment success page, that's why it's showing me error. Otherwise, there should not be any error. I'll show you again. Here, as we have seen, that's the simple flow. And if I go to the home page,
basically there's nothing. You redirect to Stripe page, which already has the product information, and you give it the key unique ID of the product price, which is actually the unique ID of the product actually.
Yes. But, they have changed recently. They have changed something from SQ to price ID. I was reading it, but that's not necessary for the new students. So you're saying something?
Yeah, it's very easy. It's just redirecting the page to Stripe page.
Very simple. And if you have a very few product, or if you are just creating a packaging of your website or your subscription, so you do not have to worry about anything. Just integrate this Stripe. As you can see, it's showing me the price. I'll go to the payment. It's showing me 3x bottles. So it's showing me who purchased this, the card number, last 4 digit of card number, the quantity being purchased, everything, all the detail. the fees Stripe will deduct, because Stripe will charge you 2.9% plus 30 cent. That's the price of Stripe. So all the details available here, and you do not have to worry about anything else. So that's very simple and very basic what you can do with the Stripe.
And the good thing is that you are not responsible for the if somebody hacks the page. It's Stripe's
Yeah,
responsibility.
you do not have to worry about the security. Let's say if I want to add one more product, so I'll just have to copy and I'll go to the my product page, copy the ID of shoe. You can see now it has water bottle and shoe bowl. So if you have a multiple product in your shopping cart, it will show like this, and you just need to fill the details. So as I was showing you the credit card with the simple, there are few credit cards which ask for the authentication OPT code. So it's not in US, but in Europe and even in Pakistan, I have my credit card. Whenever I try to execute a transaction, it shows a pop-up and I receive a message on my mobile. When I enter that OPT code, then transaction fulfilled. Otherwise, it fails the transaction. So they have provided you such credit card number so that you can test this as well. So I'll show you this in this example. So I'll pick this credit card number. And this credit card number is shows if you want to test insufficient fund failure case. So they have covered all the corner cases even for testing purpose.
Zeeshan, can we update the product page and change the pricing?
No, I was trying to do that. I was not able to do that. We can add more pricing, but it was we can add and delete price. Yeah, that's what we can do. Let me show you just in a moment. Now you can see assuming it's saying you assume that there is a pop-up and there's a text box which allow you to enter the OPT code, and once you enter the OPT code, you will click the OK. So at this moment they are just showing you. I'll just click the complete. So it's assuming that you have entered the correct OPT code. Oh, that's nothing because I created the payment success page and I had not added any code to display the success or anything else. So yes, so that's how you use the products from the Stripe directly. Now, if I go, let's say this is the shoe, and if I try to edit the product, this price is what you say fixed. You cannot edit it. So what you can do is you can duplicate a price or create another price. Let's say $25 one time or anything. So now you have two prices. Right? I'm assuming why it is being logged at, because this product has been purchased once, so there is a transaction attached to this price. So they are not allowing us to delete because it will distract all the analysis and all the analytics and charts which product this price is related to or the revenue is related to. That's why they are not allowing to edit the price, but you can change the name, you can change the description, you can change the image and all these things.
It
So
makes sense.
do you have to select one of those pricing ones as the default price or something?
uh, Basically, you do not have to specify default price because you have to pick the price.
The price ID.
uh,
Okay, yeah. So
yes,
when
you
you
have to
add
pick
it,
the
you have
price.
to. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, let me show. I have done this yes, you can see there are two prices, so we have to pick the price,
Okay,
whatever
got it.
price, because I was testing that if I want to create in a different currency, so one price is in the USD and another is in euro. So whatever price ID you will pick, it will refer based on that price ID.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the very first step for learning how to do the payment system with the price. For this, because this is hard code, what I can do is in our component we have a location property. With this location, you can say location origin. So it will call the from HTTP the host, the complete host. So you do not have to worry about what it's if it's a local host or it's in a Netlify URL or any hosted URL. Just call the location.origin and you'll access it from inside the component and it will work fine. So that's one thing. Now let's move to the other part of the implementation is at this moment what I was trying to do is I just place the price ID.
Just Zeeshan, just a minute. This location
Yes.
dot origin, where did you set it? Where did you basically define it?
In our component, we
Hmm.
receive in our component. So
Uh-huh.
we just access it and we can apply it. You do not have
Have you
to.
set it? You will receive it automatically.
Yes. Yeah, we will receive automatically. We do not have to do anything for this.
Okay. Okay.
That's a part of our properties we receive in a component.
Mhm. Mhm.
Or you can, if it's, you can call window.location as well. So that's not a
Mhm.
problem. But we have this inside the component, so we can use it
Mhm.
like this.
Mhm.
So at this moment, what I did is until this moment, user does not have any choice to select the product. User just click the checkout button and we are showing him two products. What we want is we want a particular product to be displayed, and then user can select from a product and then go to the checkout process. So for that we need to fetch product detail from the Stripe. That Gatsby have also provided us the as we have seen in Contentful, we have a Gatsby Contentful source Contentful. In my previous example, I have shown you Gatsby source GraphQL. Now we have Gatsby source Stripe. We have another plugin, Gatsby source Stripe. This will connect to the Stripe server, and you can. The good thing is, sir, we can use
Mhm.
GraphQL to access all the Stripe products, all the product from the Stripe. So that's directly what you say. You are calling the GraphQL directly and getting the Stripe
Very nice.
products.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so let me install this. And that's a home page which working with the single direct checkout. What I'm doing is let me create another page. Product list purchase. Initially, I'll copy everything from here. list, and for a moment I am removing this as well. Now what we need to do is we need to add this plugin in our Gatsby config.js so that it's connect to the server. Now we need a secret key. The secret key we have not shown, we have not used it until this moment. So I'll copy this. Gatsby config. We have a plugin. So resolver, Gatsby source stripe, it's been already installed. What we need a price object because all our product in price object. Secret key, we need to use from the what you say environment, process environment. I'll use secret key here. And down for let's forget about it. At this moment, we have this enough information, and then what we need is .env. I have already installed .env, so I just have to call and load .env file. And we'll go to access the key, secret key. We copy, hide again. At this moment, it's a dummy test key, so I can share with you guys easily. Otherwise, do not share this secret key or publish key with anyone. Publish key does not have a problem with publish key, but secret key should not be shared with anyone. Okay, so now it's being accessed from the .env file, and this will be available here, process.env.secret key and this secret key. So once we have it, what we can do is we can now you need to remember that we have used whenever we want to access any data at the build time, so we use what you call a static query, webhook. Sorry, webhook. It's not a webhook, it's in a hook of React, which is called use static query, which is provided by the Gatsby. So we'll call const data use static query. Inside that, we need to call GraphQL, and we need to provide our query over here. Okay. So let's go over here. The example being shown here is it's using the static query tag with the query and the render property. So I feel it's complex, so I generally use this style. Both work same. There's the same functionality, but what it's easy to understand that we call use a static hook and then provide query inside it. What we need is we need to create query price. I'll type this one by one so that you understand what it is about. Query product prices. Then what we need to do is we need to access the prices property. So all the product, you need to understand that Stripe is referring every product from the pricing point of view. So the pricing ID. So everything is prices. And you see all Stripe price that's available to us. and it's trying to filter the active products, and then trying to sort with the units. I'm skipping this filter, so it seems too simple to us. Prices, and then we have edges node, exactly like we have done with the contentful. So you do not have to worry about what it is about. Edges node ID. Inside that we have a node. Inside node we can access ID. ID will be again the same, the price ID, active currency. So that's what the query is. It's trying to access the all the prices. So as I said, it's refer based on the prices. We'll have the nodes, and each node, as we have three products in our Stripe at this moment. Uh, three products, but the shoe product have two prices, so it will show us the four products. So node, is it active, what's the currency, unit amount, the amount, product name. Once it is being called at the build time, the data will be available in data property, which we can now let's move to the give an errors type promises or something. Strike prices. Oh, on three is not seen. This page. Oh, there's a problem with the spelling. And you can see in console we have type data, price, inside price, we have edges, inside edges we have four products. In Stripe account, as I shown you, we have three products, but because formal shoe has a two pricing units, that's why it's showing me multiple products separately. So you can see active currency USD, price ID, product ID, name.
Zeeshan, can we also go and check out the GraphQL Explorer so that
Yes, yes. Yes, you can see edges.
could you zoom it a little bit?
Yes. Here edges node, and here you will have all the information you need.
Mhm.
You can see node product. So what I can do is I can active description, live mode, name, images. So these are the part of the product, images and everything. And outside of the image, we have a currency, we have a active. So it's quite easy. So that what you can do is at the build time, as we are creating application or website with the Gatsby. So at the build time, it will fetch all the information related to the products, and it will create the pages based on that, which a very good case is kind of a subscription different websites provide. We cannot store products of what you say mom and pop shops, because there will be a lot of products. I do not see a good use case using those products inside Stripe directly. But if you can do, then you will you don't need any server, and you will have a complete e-commerce site with this Stripe as well if you try
Mhm.
to do that.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have this data. So now what we can do is we can list our product here, and then we can click on the checkout uh, or whatever we want to do. So that's how we have this data, and inside that data we have a pricing property. Then we have edges. So what we can do is edges. Well, just to see what mode has. So now we have a node, we have an object. Inside that object, we have a property name node, and inside that we have other information. So what we can do is now what I'll do is make it so that we can directly create tag over here. And in React, we need to have a key so that if you are trying to iterate any product, you have this inside. So we have this node.id. See if it's, yes, it's coming along. Now we can prices. can see we have product bottle price formal. What we can do is we can also access the images, so it will show image to us. Images is an array, so what you need to do is you need to use it this way. At this moment I am trying to access only first image at the zero index. So you can see quite a big image. So now we have product list, image, information. I am not going into the CSS so that we can do uh, do the styling. We just need to have a button checkout after each product, and once you click that product, so it will go to the checkout of only that particular product, the product we have clicked on. So for that, what I need to do is I need to create the all the content we have just done over here. We need this function as it is. But we'll need to have a bit of change. What change we require is we need this quantity one, this ID to be price ID to be dynamic. And so for that, what I'll do is we try to receive this from here. So if you see in index page, what I did is in on click, I passed the direct checkout function directly, because once uh, button is clicked, we just want to call this function. But in this case, we need to provide the ID as well. So what I'll do is I'll call the on click, and inside it I'll create function. And that function, once the button is clicked, it will call this function. And inside this function we'll call redirect to checkout, and ID we need is no, that's what we have here. ID. That's it. And so now we have this page, and I'll click the checkout button. It will show me checkout for this bottle. If I'll go back, I have not implemented. We have not implemented it the way all the complete page flow we have not implemented. That's why we will see this error. Otherwise, there is no such error. As you can see, I'm we are getting product currency also, so you can display the currency signature with your product currency USD. But at this moment, as you can see, we do not have any such information. We just, and the good thing is it's a responsive. So Stripe has done everything for you. You just have to implement it. can see we are on payment success page. So that's how you fetch all the products from the, what you say, Stripe server, and then you can display them, and then you can have a checkout. And if you want to create a catalog, or what, not catalog, it's a shopping cart. So for that, you need to add all these products into a cart, and then you need to display them directly. So that's a shopping cart logic. That's had nothing to do with the Stripe. You just, in case you want multiple products, you just add multiple objects over here, and it will work fine. So that's a
We will
shopping cart logic. That's why I'm
we
not
will do
showing you.
shopping cart in the next few projects. In the next project.
Yes, yes. Okay, so that's the second step. So what we did is we did checkout directly. Then we fetched all the products from the Stripe and displayed over here. That's all being done without using a server. But the problem is sometimes we need this security as well, that this code or these things should not be over here. We need to access the session ID directly from the server, or whatever reason we want to redirect, have redirection information from the server instead of client, so that we can send more information from the server directly to the Stripe. So for that we need to use server, so that we can call request from client to server, and then our server will return session ID. We'll call the direct checkout again from the client side, but we will not pass these information from the client side. These information will be provided by the server, which we will develop. So I am moving on that. Do you need, sir, do you want to add anything, or should I move
No,
on?
no. Well, we will move on it in the next class because we have almost done with the time. Or you want to complete it
It's
today? Do you want
it's
to complete
11.
it? Oh, yeah,
It's
go
11.
ahead.
Okay. Okay. So for that, first we need to add new file.
We will use
Netlify.
Netlify functions.
Yes, we will use Netlify functions. Okay. Inside that function, so at this moment, I'm just using the basic functionality so that we will implement all these inside by ourselves. Okay, so that's our basic Netlify function. This article is only about client side. If you want to see how the server side will work, so this link Sajja has provided, accept a payment. This link is talking about two things: pre-built checkout page, and it involves the server, or a custom flow layout. That's a separate thing which we'll see in next class. So pre-built checkout page. So for pre-built checkout page, on the server side, what we need is we need to install Stripe. So we have installed Stripe for the client side, which is Stripe/Stripe.js. Now what we need is we need uh, Stripe for the server. And other things are similar. The difference is how you will be going to call from the client side and what server side will do. So from the client side, that's a server. We will see that server later. I'll show you later. It's exactly Stripe promise, but then it call request to the server, and then server return a session ID and a direct redirect to checkout function. What it does is just accept the session ID and nothing else. So all the information, the success URL, error URL, the product information, all these information will be provided from the server. And that's the server we have. So what server is doing? Server is trying to get a Stripe checkout session dot create, payment type, line items, mode, cancel URL. And you can see here we can use custom product. This product should not be should not have to be inside the Stripe. That's the product you can use by yourself. Let's say you are fetching product from your database, and then you need to use that product to be checked out. So you can use that from here on the server. Okay, so for that, it's being installed. Let's move to the function. Okay. What we need is we need to require Stripe first. And it will ask for the key. So as we have already set up this key in ENV, our development environment, we just need to access this inside this. Process.env. We'll have the key over here. And then what we need to do is we need to create Stripe checkout sessions create. Now the difference is we are passing method types. So you want to accept the card, you want to accept any other thing, Apple Pay or Google Pay. So we'll use this one. Line item, this custom line, I'll show you custom line item later, but at this moment I'll show you the line item we have already used. So that we have this line item. Price column ID over here, and price ID I'll pick from the as a hard coded from here. Okay, so from the server, we need to access this information from the property. So at this moment, I am not using this, and I'll just apply the hard-coded value. Okay. And once it is done, we need to send this ID session.id. So client will send request to this function, this function will create, so assuming we'll receive a price ID or any product ID or any information from the client. Based on that, we'll do some processing on in this function, and then this function will create a session, send this session ID to the client, and then client will call the redirect to checkout. So that checkout process will remain the same. So that's the function we have. Let me create another page. This type over here. On the click of button, we need to call a function. Let's name it. Keep the name of redirect to checkout. Inside that, exactly like our index page, we call this stripe promise and then redirect to checkout. But the difference is, once we call the stripe promise, then we need to call the server for our function calls. We'll call the fetch, and inside fetch we'll pass the URL for our function. So our function name is checkout. We'll call this netlify slash functions slash checkout. Provide a wait response. So we'll receive data here, and then what this data has. It has a property name ID, which is a session ID. So what we'll do is we'll call update scribe dot redirect to checkout again, but it will ask for the session ID, and this ID will be inside data.id. So server is sending a property name ID. So you can name it anything as you want. I have named it ID. So it will receive this ID and then it will redirect to the checkout page. Everything is the same. So let's um, see what we have on the server. So I'm trying to hit the checkout session. We have this. We receive error, I guess, in this server. I guess we need to restart this because I have created the function and never built the. the checkout button. Now you can see it's redirecting us to the session, exactly the same checkout page, but the difference is the request first went to the server. Server built the session, created the session, and then it returned the session ID to the client over here, and then client again called the redirect to checkout. But the difference is the session is being built on the server, and this session has a time period of, I guess, 24 hours. So this session will remain for the 24 hours, and after that this session will be discarded or removed from the Stripe information. So that's how it's other than that it's similar, and there is nothing different over there. The only thing is we can call from the server, and one last thing, as I've shown you the custom product. This product is not from the you say Stripe product list. You can name it T-shirt or anything, unit amount. Let's create this. So you can see it's T-shirt, quantity 20. There is no image because we have not provided the image. We didn't have any image. Let's say quite a big URL. This URL. So based on data we have seen in product list, you need to understand this. The data we have seen in product list, you can understand that where what information is coming. Product name and images. So the images are inside the product, so you need to place image inside the product so it will available in the checkout page. So I'll go to this inside the product data. I'll call it images. It requires an array. I'll provide this URL over here. And we are good to go. You can see. So if I'm creating a custom product list, it's coming from the my MongoDB. So what I can do is I'll provide this information over here, and I'll give the image list. So when user click the checkout button, it will show the image also over here. So that's how you can use the Stripe pre-built checkout page. So you do not have to worry about the checkout flow and everything. That's it for the pre-built checkout. Sir, you want to add anything?
Yes, I just wanted to add something. The last thing you showed with the custom product, it is very flexible, because then you can get the data from maybe Contentful, maybe from your own servers, or maybe some other server, and then show it, and you don't have to basically manually enter the product information on what do you call Stripe page on the Stripe website.
Interesting thing is Stripe create record for that as well, so that you can see that there is a product, and it gives Stripe gives an ID. So you have in the Stripe payment page, you have all the details of your sale, quite detailed.
Now what we are going to do is Zeeshan, you have done a marvelous job. Even a blockerhead like me was able to follow you and understand it. And I hope all the students were able to. Now, for the only downside of Stripe is only one downside, as far as I know, is that in Pakistan you can use it as a customer. That
Yes.
you can use your credit cards to basically charge it. For the merchant, it is a problem because
Yeah.
right now they do not connect to Pakistani banks. So therefore, what Pakistani, if you are using Stripe, what Pakistani companies will have to do is basically create accounts somewhere outside Pakistan, maybe UAE or America or Europe or anywhere, and basically connect it to that bank account. To getting money out of Stripe, that is the issue.
Yes.
Except for that, it is perfect for everything. For that, we are going to use other services, Pakistani and international services. There are not many choices, but we will go through it later on in the course as we go forward. So today we have learned a lot. We have become somewhat a payment, not a payment guru, but a payment beginner. Next class,
Yeah.
we will now go in depth in Stripe and see if you want to create a custom flow and how to use their APIs and all the rest of the stuff. Thank you, everyone. See you guys around. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.